Hi and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. Hi everyone, I am here to start a new video where I read some Illumicrate Afterlight books. So I have been a subscriber of Illumicrate Afterlight for the past year and a half, I want to say. I have pretty much all of their books, and as you may or may not know, they have gone to a book-only monthly subscription this year. So they used to be a box subscription with some items. I think it started off as quarterly in the year, so there was like 4 a year, and then it went to bi-monthly, but still like boxes with items, and now it's gone to monthly. And this video is kind of inspired by Becca from Becca and the Books. She did a Goldsboro, is Goldsboro worth your money? I think she might have done another one as well, I'm not sure, another like series similar to that. This is kind of inspired by that series that she did, and it's a kind of is Afterlight worth my money type video where I read a couple of Afterlight books that I still have sitting on my shelves and see if it's worth me continuing my subscription. I feel like that's too harsh because I'm not really considering giving up my subscription, but I thought this would be an interesting experiment to do, and just see where it takes us, because although I don't see myself kind of giving up the subscription, obviously if I do read some books that I don't enjoy, then it probably will be in my head, but this is just like an interesting experiment and way to vlog me reading some different Illumicrate Afterlight books. So right now I'm actually doing pretty well on keeping on top of my subscription books. Illumicrate Afterlight is the only subscription I have, and I do tend to read them pretty soon after I get them. I've done quite well, I'd say. If you take my collection overall, I've read a fair chunk of them, but there are definitely a few that I still haven't gotten to. So 2 of those at least are For Her Consideration by Amy Spalding and Forget Me Not. I can't remember the author of Forget Me Not, but that's another one that I haven't got to yet, and both of those I think were from boxes rather than like one-off purchases. So I've just started reading For Her Consideration, so I'm definitely going to read those 2 for this vlog, and then maybe I'll add another one as well. I think I'm due a book at some point soon anyway, so I might add that one to this video because I can't think of another that I have outstanding from an actual subscription box. I think all the others I have are one-off purchases that I've made myself to match my set. But yeah, I am definitely going to be reading those 2. So I've just started For Her Consideration on audio, and I'm enjoying it so far. I literally only am like 2 chapters in, but I am enjoying it. It's following a woman called Nina, and she is like a ghostwriter for talent in LA. Not like a ghostwriter as such, but she kind of manages emails and social media for some famous people basically. She works for a talent agency and that's what she does, and she's kind of become quite comfortable living her life working from home. She is a queer woman, but she hasn't really had a relationship or friends or really gone out in a long time. She just kind of stays at home and works her job in the suburbs of LA. She doesn't really go into like the office or anything like that. And then at the very start of the book, she is taken into the office and she meets a kind of client of theirs, this like famous out queer woman who works in the industry. She's one of the people that she kind of ghostwrites for, this actress, and she thinks she's going to be fired, but actually this actress just wants to work with her on making her emails and social media messages and stuff sound a bit more like her, and suggests that they meet up. And just reading the synopsis, it says that she kind of encourages Nina to get back into writing, which is what she originally like wanted to do or originally did. So that sounds like where the book is maybe going to end up going. Obviously there's like a spark between them as well, so yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So I don't have too much to say on it at the moment, but I will obviously, the idea of this vlog is that I will keep you updated as I go on and let you know how I'm enjoying the book. But so far so good. This one is one that probably appealed to me a little less when I received it, because I'm not really into the whole like Hollywood scene. I don't really pick up books like that, and like the celebrity side of things just doesn't really appeal to me as much, but I am enjoying it and I still feel like I will enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to seeing where that one goes and yeah, how much I enjoy this one. So I will keep you updated with my, yeah, what's the word? Progress. That is the word. So I will speak to you soon.
We met when we were 21. Now I'm proud to say you're the one. Can't let anyone tear us apart. You knew who I was from the start. I'm admiring your big heart and learning how I brought you this far. 3 years gone by so fast. I'm making every moment with you last. I don't know anyone as sweet as you. You're a mango in disguise, I can't get over you. I just wanna be loving you till the day ends. I don't know anyone as sweet as you. You're a mango in disguise, I can't get over you. I just wanna be loving you till the day ends. Till the day ends. You be in my head, I can't erase you, nor would I want to. I got these Nikes not to step on your soul.
Hi, it is maybe like a week later. I don't honestly know how much time has passed since I filmed that last clip. I think it was sometime last week. Anyway, I finished For Her Consideration. I'm also most of the way through Forget Me Not, which was my second book for this video. I'm 90% into that book and I've been meaning to update you for a while and I haven't been able to, so I'm here to update you on this. I mostly enjoyed this one. I think I probably said I was quite hesitant going into this because I'm not really one for like celebrity or like Hollywood stuff, so I was a little hesitant about that. But I did really enjoy this. I listened to this one on audio. I quite enjoyed like the setting actually and the work related parts of this, I think, because Nina is not really in Hollywood herself. She's kind of working as a liaison in it. She has like an admin job where she emails and does like social media on behalf of celebrities, and that's how she meets Ari. I quite enjoyed that because it's not dissimilar to what I do. Like it's an admin job, so I quite enjoyed that aspect of it and I quite liked the setting. I think my main maybe like gripe with this, although honestly I did really enjoy it, so whatever I say is not a big deal, but I did find the characters a little bit annoying sometimes in terms of their decision making, and some of the conversations they had, I just felt like some of the way they handled things within their relationship sometimes irritated me, and I didn't really feel like there was justification for it or that I really understood why things were being said or done in the way that they were. But for the large part, I did enjoy this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I am glad I picked it up, and this is another one that Afterlight has obviously done really well because I did really enjoy reading this one, and I think I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than I was expecting to. I also really liked the like bigger queer family friendship group that was going on in here. I found that really sweet and it was like an integral part of this book, and I think that was really enjoyable and it was just heartwarming and really nice. So as I said, I'm now 90% of the way into this one. I have also been listening to this one on audio, really enjoying it. I think more so than this one. This one is again, obviously it's a romance, and it's between a wedding planner and a florist. So the main character is called Amma and she's a wedding planner, and she went through a difficult breakup with this guy who is a florist, and she met him through the wedding planning, and like he was her florist for some of the weddings, so she met him through the job. And then she is doing this wedding, which is a like celebrity wedding. It's a really big deal, and she's been forced to work with this guy again, like I think it's 3 years after, and it's flashbacks between, so it's her in present day trying to like sort this wedding, plan this wedding, whatever, and it's him when they were actually going through the relationship, and it's just, I really love it. I really love it. I'm really enjoying it. And the wedding stuff is just like so much fun, and it's so glamorous, and I love that she's doing that. I love that that is like a big part of the book. It's such a big part of the book, and you also get to focus on the couple's relationship as well, which is really cool. But also I really love the flashbacks. It's quite spicy. I didn't realise that going in, but I'm really enjoying those aspects. I feel like they're written in a way that I'm enjoying them rather than finding them like cringy. I'm getting on with the book well in that respect. I see it's been blurbed by Ali Hazelwood, and I'm honestly not surprised, because I was thinking earlier about how much reading this reminds me of reading an Ali Hazelwood book, because there is just something guilty pleasure about them that I just absolutely love. And this one is going in the same direction. Like, as I said, I'm 90% in. I am honestly tempted to finish this tonight physically, because I want to see the end of this play out. It's also quite high drama, but in a way that you kind of know that things are going to work out. And I just kind of love that. I just do. I think it's so much fun. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it overall. I think it's great. I can see this one being a 5-star in a guilty pleasure way that like Ali Hazelwood is for me. And I love you know when you just like, you feel like you should have seen things coming, like there's so many intricacies in this in terms of like just little things happening, and then it kind of clicks into place later on, and you're like, oh yeah, so that was mentioned because of this scene and things like that. And also like the floristry on the wedding. I was never really like a kid that really pictured like their cake or dress or whatever, but the imagery of these weddings is beautiful. So pretty, and I love the floristry parts of it, and I love how that's all woven into the story, and I think it's great. So honestly, very much enjoying that. I also have some book posts to show you, which I think will nicely weave into the next part of the video. So for one, I have this proof, well it's not a proof, this book's been out for a long time as far as I'm aware, but the publisher are reprinting some of Gabrielle Zevin's books. It's been out since 2005. Wow, that is older than I thought. They're reprinting some of Gabrielle Zevin's books because of the success of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I love Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And I've also read Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by this author, but I haven't read anything else. And the publisher were offering some copies out, so I asked for one and I got one, and this is Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. I don't know what this is about other than it's following a 15-year-old called Liz. She's killed in a car accident. She ends up in a place called Elsewhere, so like, yeah, I guess like afterlife type place, but you age backwards until you become a newborn again. It sounds bonkers. I really did not know this was about that. But very fascinating. I'm interested to see how I find this, because as a teen, when I read Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac, it wasn't like my favourite book of all time. Like I don't really remember enjoying it that much. Then I read Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and that is one of my favourite books of all time. So I feel like going back to one of her books now as an adult, one of her teen books is going to be really odd, but maybe there's a vlog in there somewhere. Let me know if you want that. Yeah, I love these covers as well, so I'm very intrigued by this. The other book that I have received in the post is, of course, my copy of House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas, which I would like to get to soon, but I also have other things that I want to get to soon, so God knows when I'm going to actually read this, but I'm very excited to actually have a copy in my hands that's not a work copy. And yeah, I definitely do want to get to this very soon. I'm very hyped for it. It's just very big, and I have other books that I want to get to, so we will see. And the other one that I received, and as I said, this ties nicely into this video, is At First Spite by Olivia Dade, the Afterlight edition. This is the January Afterlight book, and It's so pretty. Look at the sprayed edges. I really love these sprayed edges, but I also really just love that sprayed edge. Like, I could have taken that. I really like that. It's just like a cloudy sky with stars on, and then the strawberries on this one, which is really cute, but I really like that. I do like this, but I'm not like a massive fan of the way they've drawn people. I'm quite fussy with people being drawn on covers, or especially images, so I'm not too sure about that. I do really like the end papers though. I like that art style a lot, and this undercover, honestly, wraparound like covers like this is one of my favourite things. I really love that. That is just, it's just so pretty. And I don't really know anything about this, so let's read the synopsis together. It says, when Athena's fiance ends their engagement, she has no choice but to move into the spiked house she recklessly bought for him as a wedding present. Which is a problem for several reasons. The house is only 10 feet wide, her ex's home is literally attached to hers, and Dr. Matthew Vine, the freaking third, aka the uptight judgy jerk who convinced his younger brother to leave her, is living on her other side, only a 4-foot alley away. If she has to see Matthew every time she looks out of her windows, she may as well have some fun with the situation by, say, playing erotic audiobooks at top volume with the windows open. A woman living in a spite house is basically obligated to get petty payback however she can, right? Unfortunately, loathing Matthew becomes more difficult than anticipated. He helps her move, he listens, and he's kind of hot, damn it. Matthew may not regret ending his brother's engagement, but he does regret what the breakup has done to Athena. He'll help her however he can, and if that means enduring nightly steamy story hours, so be it. And if that means watching Athena through her windows a bit too often and caring about her a bit too much, well, nothing can come of it. She'll never forgive him. Even if she did, how could he ever tell his beloved younger brother the truth? That Matthew wants the very same woman he encouraged Johnny to leave. Okay, that sounds like it's full of drama, and Matthew is the name of my brother, so we'll see how that goes. Sure. I have not read an Olivia Dade book yet, but I do have a couple of Afterlight editions of her books, so it's nice to be able to add this one to the set. I believe she's the author of, let me see, I presume there's a list in here somewhere. Nope. She has written other books. Shipwrecked is one of them. I cannot remember any others, but I'm excited to have this and add it to my collection, and I'm gonna read this next, I think, for this video. I would like to round this off with a third book. I feel like we've had 2 really good ones, and it would be nice to have a third. 3 is a nice number. So I think I want to go into that. If there's an audiobook for it, I'll have a look. If there's not, maybe I'll pick something else, but I do want to start a new audiobook, and if I do finish Forget Me Not tonight, then I will want to start a new audiobook tomorrow probably, so I might look into that, and if there is one, maybe I'll dive into it. So anyway, I guess I'll see you with like full thoughts and feelings on Forget Me Not when I've finished it, which I think will be just very much what I've said. I'm really enjoying it, and possibly feelings on this one or something else, we will see, but there will be a third book to this video. Hi, I think I owe you an update to this vlog as I have finished Forget Me Not by Julie Soto, which I really enjoyed. As I think I said in my last clip, I wanted to finish the last of this like physically, which I did, and it was just really nice. It was just really lovely. I kind of felt like it was a bit predictable in parts, but I genuinely think that's quite a theme of romance books, that they are often quite predictable, but it was also just quite heartfelt, and I really liked a lot of the themes in here. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I'm not sure if it was quite a 5-star, maybe a 4.5, but I really liked the characters as well in that one, which I feel like is definitely one of the things that makes like a 5-star book a 5-star book for me. So it might be up there, I don't know. It's taken a lot of consideration on my next book for this video because I have been using BookBeat. I've had a trial of BookBeat for the past couple of weeks, which I listened to Forget Me Not on. Also, side note, this is annoying, there's a song at the start and the end of the audiobook for this that I really like, but I cannot find it anywhere. I presume it's like a free sample or something, like a free, what's the word? Out of copyright. No. I can't remember the word, not licensed song, but I cannot find it and that is annoying me. But anyway, I couldn't find any audiobooks on BookBeat for the rest of the Afterlight books I have, like not even including all of the sets I have, nothing. So I've gone back to Zigzag, which is fine because they're one-time purchases, they're not like a subscription, and I'm going to read The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. Ideally, I did want to have a third book that was like a backlist Afterlight subscription box, and this one was the subscription from like the first part of last year, and I haven't read it yet. So, and I really like Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren's writing in Autobiography, which is an LGBT YA book, which I really enjoyed. And Christina Lauren, if you didn't know, are a couple called Christina and Lauren, I believe. But yeah, this one is The True Love Experiment. It's another Hollywood romance, which is interesting because similar to For Her Consideration. So we'll bookend this video with Hollywood romances apparently. I don't really know what this one is about, so we will read the synopsis together. It says they're crafting the perfect Hollywood romance for the screen, but the chemistry behind the camera might be the real story. Felicity Fizzy Chen is lost. Sure, she has an incredible career as a beloved romance novelist with numerous bestsellers to her name, but when she's asked to give a commencement address, it hits her. She hasn't been practicing what she's preached. She hasn't been in love. In lust, sure, but what, that swoon-worthy, can't stop thinking about him, all-encompassing feeling, nope. And suddenly the optimism she's encouraged in her readers starts to feel like a lie. Connor Prince, the documentary filmmaker and single father, loves that his work allows him to live near his daughter. Then his profit-minded boss orders him to create a reality TV show, putting it all in jeopardy. Desperate to find his romantic lead, a chance run-in with an exasperated Fizzy offers Connor the perfect solution. What if he could show the queen of romance herself falling head over heels? But when production on the True Love Experiment begins, Connor wonders if that perfect match will ever be in the cue cards for him too. I feel like this is going to be great fun, honestly. And as I said, I know I like Christina Lauren's writing, so I'm excited to read this one. Another reason why I wanted an audiobook is because I'm physically reading 2 other books, so I just wanted the third one to be audio. But knowing me, I will want to pick this one up physically too, because I get really absorbed in romances and I just want to read them all the time. Anyway, I'm going to head off and actually start this one tonight, I think. I think I might go to the cinema tonight, so it involves driving there and back, and I can start listening to that book, so I may do that tonight, but I will update you part way through or when I have finished. Hello, I am sorry about this terrible lighting. That's better, but now I'm very aware that I'm filming in my car with my light on in a dark car park. That's fine. Anyway, I wanted to come and update you because I have finished The True Love Experiment. I'll put a picture of the cover here because I finished the audiobook of this one. I read it majority on audio and then I just read a little bit physically last night because I just really wanted to get stuck into it physically and I wanted to read something nice before bed and like easy to read. So I was reading it before bed last night. I often find that with romance that I just like when I'm listening to the audio, I want to read it physically as well because I'm really enjoying it and I'm into the story. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was into the story. True Love Experiment was really fun, but also had some really emotional moments. I really liked some of the themes. I liked that it had a single father, and it covered those kind of topics. And I feel like Fizzy's story was really interesting as well, the way that she was kind of struggling with romance and with herself, and that she kind of wanted to get out of that like rut. Has some really nice friendships too, and like family friendships, like her friendship with this couple and the daughter. And I think I've realised now, we're looking on Goodreads and Storygraph and like logging this book, that this is the second book in the Soulmate Equation series. I didn't quite realise that. When I picked it up, I didn't realise that they were actually a series rather than like companions or just standalone books of Christina Lauren's. But it turns out that it is the second book in the series, and I'm going to presume that I've kind of spoiled myself for Soulmate Equation, but I'll just leave it a while because I'm sure I will still enjoy the story, because I feel like with romance, like, they're always kind of predictable, I find, so it doesn't matter too much if I know how it ends, but I do like having that like slight bit of tension, like, well, maybe it won't work out. But yeah, I did enjoy this. I gave it 4 stars overall, which I think I've given possibly all of the books in this video. I will admit I do find it difficult to give 5 stars to romances, because something has to really blow me away for it to be a 5-star. Someone is now parking next to me, which I do not enjoy. Okay, the several people next to me have now parked, so I can get back to talking to you about my book. But anyway, yeah, I did enjoy this. I feel like I have, become very critical, not very, but I really haven't given out a lot of 5 stars this year, maybe like 2. I've become hypercritical, apparently, in terms of rating stuff like 5 stars. I'm struggling for things to reach that point. So there's a lot of like 4 stars, which is fine. That generally is how my taste goes anyway, that I do rate a lot of stuff 4 stars. And I do often find that romance definitely gets a 4-star from me most of the time if I really enjoyed it. I do struggle for romances to reach like a 5-star level. I have to really, really connect with the characters, and I find this with both books and films is usually I cry at things that make me give them 5 stars, because it has to really emotionally get to me. So yeah, that was my thoughts on True Love Experiment. I really enjoyed it. It was 4 stars, which is high for romance. And I did think I thought it was a good concept. I thought it was quite a unique concept, and I feel like this was another like tick in the box for Afterlight and for Christina Lauren. So I will definitely be reading more Christina Lauren books. And as we bring this video to a close, I kind of did, as I said at the start of this video, in this car, go into this knowing that it wasn't really a true experiment in terms of, is Afterlight worth my money, because I see it as worth my money anyway, and I definitely will be keeping my subscription. But it is nice to have that reassurance that the 3 books I've read from the subscription as well, these aren't like one-off purchases that I've made. These were all subscription books that I probably wouldn't have purchased otherwise, or maybe wouldn't have purchased otherwise, that I've really enjoyed, and it's definitely worth me keeping the subscription, because I'm kind of a sucker for romance. I think I've found in the past couple of years that a lot of the time I just want something easy to read and that's going to absorb me in the story, and that's what romance does for me a lot of the time, and I feel like that is fine. In fact, something that was interesting in the True Love Experiment as well is that because one of the main characters is a romance author, they talked a lot about romance writing and the criticisms it gets in terms of like people kind of look down on romance as not being real stories, and that was really interesting, because also like it's just all reading. They're all books, like you can read whatever you like. And I feel like there was also this discussion that was really interesting about guilty, like the word guilty and guilty pleasures and stuff, which I thought was interesting, because I was about to say that like romance is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me, but maybe I don't have to word it that way. Like, it's just a pleasure. Why should it be guilty? Why should I have guilt about that? It's just something that I enjoy doing. Also, one of the things I liked about the True Love Experiment is that the father, like the male main character who was a dad, had a really nice relationship, like healthy relationship with his ex, so the mother of their daughter, and that was really nice. And she's where that kind of monologue about guilt and guilty pleasures came from, and she was a really likeable character, so I'm really glad that I read that and I enjoyed it. And it does sum up this video in terms of it's all been very positive, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, watching me read a few romances off my backlist, and I will see you next time in another video. Bye.